Hey, ladies. Hope everybody is doing well on this Sunday evening. Welcome to this motivational session here. As you are coming in, don't forget to thumbs up the video. Good to see everybody this evening. I hope that you all are having a wonderful, wonderful new year. We've got Becoming Bossy in the house, got Black Bless in the house, Selfish Love, and Coco Coco Tigress, good to meet you as well, my dear. Welcome, everybody. Again, thumbs up the video this evening. So, today is going to be motivational, inspirational. We've heard so many people talk about, winter is coming, winter is here. We've heard this saying, first of all, from Game of Thrones. And I have to admit, I never watched Game of Thrones, but I was very aware of the famous saying. And then um, I think it was the Manosphere started using, winter is coming. And yeah, okay, winter is coming, right? Computer and Coin, hello, my dear. Yeah, okay. So winter is coming, winter is here. We know that winter can be literal as well as an analogy. And hey, Texas Rose, good to see you as well. But I started thinking about winter, and one day, this is how I kind of come up with my thoughts and my topics. I said, okay, let's say winter is here. So many people don't know if the recession is coming, if the recession is here. The Biden administration is trying to figure it out with the economy. I said, even though winter may be here, let's take the resources that we have and build a snowman. And obviously, a snowman is, hey, there are things that we can do during wintertime in order to be successful. There are things that we can do in wintertime in order to succeed. Just because things are winter right now, let's say physically, and things may seem tough right now, you still have resources, you still have things that you can do to excel and succeed in your life. And what I didn't want to see happen was I didn't want us to think, oh, winter is coming, therefore we can't do anything. Therefore we can't progress forward. Fortunes are made during wintertime. People from Warren Buffett to Jeff Bezos, they're making their fortunes now. And understanding that building a snowman during winter is not just about money. It's about success in all areas of our lives. That could be our weight, which I'm working on now. Actually, I cheated today. I had my cheat day today. So that's why I'm thinking about it. It could be um, our relationships that we have with our family members, our mom, our brothers, our sisters, our children. How do we strengthen ourselves during wintertime? How do we build snowmen during wintertime? How do we take the resources that we have during wintertime and actually flip them into something good? And most importantly, how do we prepare for the spring? Because preparing for the spring, in springtime, what do you do with farmland? You usually plant your seeds in the springtime. How do we get into that mindset? What does that actually mean for us mentally to make the best of winter? Understanding that winter comes for everybody, and winter means a lot of different things for people. For some people, winter is a divorce, a loss of a loved one, mental health issues sometimes, the seasonal blues, all of those things. How do we take that and turn it into something that's powerful, that propels us ahead faster than anything we've ever thought of? How do we take winter and turn it into the greatest time of our lives with regards to it being the foundation for us to truly succeed? How do we take winter and prepare ourselves to buy real estate, to buy dividend stocks, to get that certification that we need? All the things that we need to do in order to be successful. How do you take winter and build a snowman? Because too many people have used winter in YouTube land. They've used winter to enforce fear in us. Winter is coming, so you're going to die alone. Winter is coming, you ain't ever going to get a man. Winter is coming, you ain't never going to move out of the hood and move someplace decent. Winter is coming, you'll never be able to monkey branch. Winter is coming, you think that you could actually have kids that could be Nepo babies? Yeah, I'm releasing something about that. We should want Nepo babies. Now, there's a caveat to that, but yes, we should. How dare us have the audacity to think that we can take winter and build a snowman with it? How dare us have the audacity to think that we can take points in our lives where we're stuck and bust out of it like a butterfly busts out of a cocoon? How dare us think that we can take winter time and actually gather ourselves, gather our seeds so that we're ready for spring. We're ready to plant like nobody's business for an amazing harvest in the summer and in the fall. We can do that, ladies. I don't know about you, but I happen to like wintertime in the physical sense. I like wearing my fabulous boots. I have a fur. It's a faux fur. I haven't worn it in a couple of seasons, but I do need to pull that bad boy out. There are things that we are able to do in wintertime, like ski, like snowboard, activities you can't do in the summertime. How do we take winter and actually turn it around for us so that we are able to set our lives up in order to grow and excel in a manner that we never would have thought of? Who says that winter has to destroy you? And yeah, there are different types of winter. Right now, my winter is that my savings account is pretty much dry. I'll admit it. I have my new job, but guess what? My winter right now with my low savings and, mortgage is going to get paid this month, but Cherie is on very, very low fumes right now. You know what that's doing? That's strengthening me and that's preparing me for what's to come. Accepting winter and understanding that with this new job that I have, which I'll talk about at some other point, it's going to position me to be able to do things like hang out with more multimillionaires than I already know, buy real estate, join real estate syndicates, get into rooms that I'm currently not in. Winter can prepare you for that, ladies, if you let it. If you don't let people scare you from winter. If you ask yourself, how do I take this winter that I'm going through? Or if you're not currently in winter, the winter that you will go through, how do I take it and flip it? And look at all the great things that I can do during winter so that I can prepare for spring. Because it's springtime, you know what happens? If you were sitting on the sideline during spring, if you don't have your seeds ready to go, you can miss a great harvest. How do you take winter time and flip it in order to prepare for that? So I'm going to go through some of your comments here, and then I got a video to show you. We're going to look at a legendary video here, and I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that the guy is saying. So we've got Becoming Bossy saying, "Yes, I worked out this morning before church. Good for you." I've been working out all week, becoming bossy. So today was my day off from working out, but I actually have been hitting the gym hard. So Selfish Love is saying, "Yes, I just built me a syllabus so I can take all the courses that I purchased these past couple of months." Good for you. Love it. Are you taking accounting courses, Selfish Love? Um, oh, Cherie is preaching today. I wasn't ready for a sermon. Yeah, look, today is going to be motivational and uplifting. I also included books to read in my syllabus as well. Good for you, Selfish Love. Um, Becoming Bossy is saying, "Okay, I'm just hearing Nepo baby for the first time today." Oh, okay. So the Nepo baby thing stands for nepotism baby. And there have been a lot of conversations with regards to Romeo and Master P. It came out a couple of weeks ago, the whole fiasco with Romeo calling out Master P and people saying Romeo is selfish and blah, blah, blah. My comments have nothing to do with Romeo and Master P. My comments have to do with the Trumps, the three Trump kids being nepotism babies, meaning that they are able to get opportunities that um, they are able to get opportunities in corporate America because of their father and their grandfather. Chelsea Clinton, the same thing. There are a lot of young people who are able to get opportunities because of their parents, and we should not run away from being a nepotism baby, or sorry, from having nepotism babies, and we shouldn't run away um, from the benefits of nepotism. So, again, I have a video coming out in a couple of weeks, I think, about that. So, Selfish Love is that's a great idea. Texas Rose is giving you big ups. So, hey, True Mystique, good to see you. Selfish Love is saying, "Shree, I just paid my taxes, property and income taxes, so I feel you on those savings, girl." Whew. Um, So, Selfish Love is saying, "I needed something to hold me accountable." I get that, definitely, and this is your community to hold you accountable too, Selfish Love. And it's saying, "I spent all winter break learning to build the online business I wanted, but my plans ended up falling apart. Now I have to find a different method. It's really stressed me out." You know what? That's a good point, in that sometimes you will take time during winter in order to figure something out and it doesn't work out, you know? And you just have to pivot. Pivot. Sometimes, with what you're saying, learning how to build an online business, it may just be that you need to find a new tool or something like that. And sometimes you need to scrap the whole idea. So, Selfish Love is saying, "I just purchased Ericka Williams and Diamond Dave courses. I also have some courses that I need to regarding business and real estate." Okay, perfect. So I know with Diamond Dave, I have Diamond Dave's option course. So they talk a lot in the Discord group, Selfish Love. So I like it in there. I haven't been in there in a couple of weeks, but they do have good conversations. And Erica has a whole bunch of courses. So she does a really good job. Um, all right. So what I want to do is I want to show you a video from a guy named Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn is super legendary. He actually was the one who taught Tony Robbins back in the day. And this is a video probably from the early 90s or late 80s, something like that. And one of the things that Jim Rohn talks about is about life having seasons to them. And I happen to love this. I don't know if we'll listen to all of it because it is 30 minutes, but the first thing he talks about is winter. He was doing this session for a group called Herbalife. If y'all don't remember, it was an MLM. So you'll hear him talk about Herbalife, but Don't necessarily worry about that. Just listen to the other parts of the message. So let's hear what Jim Rohn has to say.
The most valuable information I got when I was a young man, just starting out. Life and business is like the seasons. And then here's the next phrase: you cannot change the seasons. That's impossible. You can't rearrange the seasons. You cannot say, well, I'll take 5 harvest times, no winters, a few springs, and a summer or 2. You can't rearrange them. The seasons are going to come however they're going to come, and you cannot change that. So you cannot change the seasons. But make this note: you can change yourself.
You can't change the seasons, ladies. You can't stop winter from coming. If your husband is going to divorce you, he's going to divorce you. You can't stop that. I know there are a lot of courses out there that say you can. If somebody has scammed you with crypto, okay, that's a winter. I've read quite a few articles of people who have lost a lot of money in crypto. You're going to have to dust yourself off. Whatever your winter is, everybody gets winters. But guess what? Everybody gets spring too. We get the time to harvest. Everybody gets spring. We get the time to plant. Everybody gets summertime. We get the time to enjoy. Everybody gets fall. We get a time to actually harvest and grow and excel. One of the things he says later on in this clip is that we have to take advantage of the harvest seasons when they come. And that's part of what we want to do on this channel, is recognize when harvest season is coming and take full advantage of it.
That was the message I got when I was 25 years old with someone who took the time to teach me. You can change yourself. And by the way, only human beings have this extraordinary ability to make dramatic changes in their life. All other life forms except human beings are driven by instinct and the genetic code. In America, the goose can only fly south in the winter. And why does the goose have to fly south in the winter in America? Because he's a goose. He can't fly any other direction. But that's not true with human beings. Human beings can go north. They can go south. They can go east. They can go west. Human beings can live one way for 5 years and then tear up that script and live a totally different way the next 5 years.
We have choice, ladies. You get to choose what you're going to do with your winter. You get to choose what kind of winter you have. Is it a self-induced winter, or is it something that can't be helped? Because some of us are in winters that are self-induced. Some of us are in winters because we made some bad choices in the summers and falls of our lives. But guess what? Jim Rohn is right. You could have been in winter for the past 5 years and all of a sudden say, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm switching. I'm turning the corner. I'm going to take this winter that I'm going through and build a snowman on it and prepare for spring. It's your choice.
Humans can do that. I'm asking you to utilize your power as a human being and change your life to whatever degree you want it changed. If you want your income to change, I'm telling you it's within your power. With Herbalife's marketing and these explosive, incredible products, you can do that. Any year you choose, you can make incredible changes in your life. You're not a tree, you don't have to stay.
When he talks about being able to make more money, one of the things in the company that I'm working for now is we focus on the things that we can do. We focus on the things that we can control. I can control how many people I speak with. I can control how many conversations I have. I can control what time I sit at my desk and how long I work, or do I get distracted with YouTube and TikTok? Well, y'all know I ain't on TikTok, but you know what I'm saying. You get to decide those things as well. You get to decide if you're going to actually crack open that online course like Selfish Love and actually take an hour a day and study your online course and actually put those things to work. It's your decision what you're going to do during wintertime, what your actions are going to be during wintertime, what you're going to eat during wintertime. During wintertime, we have the opportunity to cover things up, so we tend to gain a little bit of weight. But guess what? You can lose weight during wintertime. You have the choice of what you put in your mouth, what you eat, what you drink, how you exercise, even if you don't go to the gym. You have those choices. I want to know if you're going to build a snowman during winter. Let's continue listening to Jim.
You're not a goose. You don't have to fly south. I'm telling you, anytime you want to, you can say, I'm going to change my attitude. I'm going to change my income. I'm going to change my abilities. I'm going to do more than I've ever done before. Take on that as your God-given right as a human being to change your life to whatever degree you want it to change. As I've watched Mark these last 17 years, I'm telling you, Mark was one of those that took up the challenge, being a human being, to drastically change his life these years since he was about 20.
I'm going to fast forward it. I was trying to figure out, there's a section that I wanted you to hear.
You can't change them, but you can change yourself. It's been the rhythm of life for the last 6,000 years of recorded history. Now there's all kinds of winters. There's the winter of the season, but there's all kinds of other winters. There's political winters. What a winter that was when the Nazis marched into Prague. What a winter it was when the communists put up the Iron Curtain. What a winter it was when Stalin finally took power in Russia. What a winter it was when Benito Mussolini took power in Italy. What a winter it was in Japan. What a winter it was in many parts of the world back during World War II, one of the longest winters, political winters in recorded history.
These days, there are political winters as well. Some people feel like the Ukraine war is a political winter, even for Black Americans, because they're sending all of that money over when we have major problems in the United States. Affordable housing is a political winter. Within Black America, some people may have seen what happened with Bruce Beach in California. The fact that Bruce Beach was given back to that Black family, and now the family has decided to sell Bruce Beach back to California, back to the county, I think it is, in California for $20 million, infinitely less than it's worth. And we don't know all the reasons why they're doing that. Some people have blamed Black women for Stacey Abrams not winning. Not enough Black women came out. We didn't do enough. If Joe Biden doesn't win in a couple of years, if he's running, they'll blame back Black women for not coming out. All of these things can be considered political winters. The economy is a huge political winter. Inflation. The reason it's a political winter is because the Fed has decided that they would rather taper inflation and have higher unemployment. And for some of us in the Black community, we are the last hired and the first fired. So yeah, there can be political winters. God bless for saying, I'm saddened to hear about the Bruce speech deal. I was saddened too. I was saddened about that too. I still hope they take that $20 million, which after taxes and they pay this lawyer that they have to pay, God knows how much of that they'll have left, but I hope they flip it into some sort of assets. Yeah, you're saying the same. Yeah. This is definitely a cold winter for us. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Let's keep watching.
So the winters are going to come. The winter of sickness, the winter of disappointment, the winter of devastation, social winters, economic winters, personal winters when your heart is smashed in 1,000 pieces and the nights are unusually long. It's simply called wintertime. But the winters are inevitable. So it has been for the last 6,500 years recorded history. You say, well, Mr. Rohn, what can I do about the winters of life? In World War II, we marched against the winter, and finally the spring came. We marched against the tyranny of communism, and finally the walls came tumbling down.
So one of the winters that we have right now is Black femicide as a community. Do we just sit, or do we continue to fight? Do we continue to speak out? Do we continue to speak out against the death of people like Shanquella Robinson and so many of the other women that we've lost? These things are very important. Personally, we also are just seeing so many winters within our own lives. And one of the things that Jim Rohn is saying, which I absolutely agree with, is how do we actually handle those winters? Do we march on? And as Black women, that's one thing that we are really good at, is actually getting up and keep moving one foot in front of the other. What I want to see us do is start marching smarter as well. Start marching towards those degrees and certifications that are actually going to help us level up our income, truly level up our income. Start marching towards those business opportunities that are truly going to give us economic freedom. One of the things I had within my previous business, I was a business plan writer for anybody who's new, is I was making six figures, but I was miserable because I was working 7 days a week and had been for the past 5 years. I was a business plan writer for 10 years. It broke me down. Now I want to do something that I can make more money with less effort. Well, that was my winter. That's what I had been going through. And don't get it, I don't want to make it sound like it was a horrible winter, because it wasn't. But we all have those seasons and we all want to march, but we also all want to march smart. Hey, Mocha Mommy. Good to see you. We want to march smart. This one thing about this internet that's a good thing is you could research almost anything on it. Practically 99% of things you can research, you can figure out, you can make sure you're marching smart. You can make sure you are talking to people who are actually doing it and find out how they can do it. And most importantly, one of the ways you want to march is you want to march towards people who can walk you through those doors. We talked about monkey branching a few weeks ago. That's so important. If we don't have the right people in our corner, as we are prepping during winter, prepping for spring, things are going to be a lot harder for us than they have to be. Doesn't mean that we won't overcome, but we can do things smarter as well.
We marched against the tyranny of the Nazis and finally liberated the world for democracy and freedom. And that's what I'm telling you. It's possible for you to conquer your winters. And some are small little winters. When you get your first refund, a little small winter. when you show up, someone said, right, they put together the meeting, got everything ready to show the story, ready to do the meeting, and nobody showed up.
So, what he's talking about here is, let's say you have a business and somebody says, I'm going to hire you. I'm going to hire you. And then they don't. Or even worse, they say, I'm going to hire you, and they give you a retainer. And then the next day they ask for their money back. They just decided against it. That's a small winter. For some of you, it's a big winter if they've given you the money and you were depending on it, and I've had those times too. Computer and Coin is saying it's best not to worry about what people say. Their opinions could do more harm than good. Focus on your own goals and winning. You are absolutely right. Linria, I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm in a similar boat, working towards becoming a chartered accountant. Good for you. While other 22-year-olds are having fun and traveling, I spend all my free time studying, and it feels like life is passing me by. Then you're saying here, I just have to remind myself of my end goal. You are absolutely right. I am so proud of you. Take the time to do this now while you're young, because you're going to be in a very good position, and you're going to have the money to travel first class, do it in luxury, do it in style. It's not going to take you that long. It's not going to take you that long. And you can still enjoy a few things while you are studying to be an accountant as well, my dear. So don't let life totally pass you by, but maybe you take a day and have a spa day instead of traveling for a week like your friends are. You take a day and go to the beach or something like that. So Selfish Love is saying, Laria, keep working. I'm an accountant and the money is great. The money is very, very great in accounting. My mother's a bookkeeper. I worked with her. And actually, there was an article that I showed you ladies in the community tab about the fact that there are too few accountants in the United States. So if you ladies are looking for a career to get into accounting. It's a really good career. So yeah, you can definitely check that out. Let's listen to a little bit more of what Jim Rohn has to say.
It's called a little piece of wintertime. But anyway, that's going to come. The winter of a divorce, the winter of a death in the family, the winter of a tragedy, some things we can't understand. But here's what we do know. It's possible for us to get through the winter.
I want to talk about the winter of divorce and the winter of a death in the family. Let's talk about death in the family first. If you've ever lost anybody who was elderly, you expected their death. For me, it was my great grandmother. She was my heart, and when she died, we were happy because we knew the last 6 months of her life, she was in great pain. So sometimes the winter seems like winter, but it really is liberation. Now, there are deaths that we don't expect, and I've had those as well. And they hurt you. One of my best friends died of lupus, and she was 36, 37 years old when she died. And I literally cried like a baby. It was a very tough winter for me. All of us have had those winters. The winter of divorce, Jim Rohn also talks about. Sometimes the best thing that can happen to you is that man leaving or you leaving him. It doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt, because there will be a winter time. There will be a winter time. But sometimes the best thing to happen is that person leaving you. Another winter could be the winter of friends turning their backs on you. Because some of us have friends that we need to let go of. And for some of us, our friends leaving us can be worse than a spouse leaving us. Some of us, Ride or die for our friends. We've known them since the first grade, but guess what? We've outgrown them. We are upwardly mobile women. And if they want to remain where they are, then we've outgrown them. And sometimes that's as bad as a death as well. That's the death of a friendship. These are winters. God bless us saying, I think our community needs to refocus. Many in our community are planting seeds and it is growing. My friend started her business and she landed her first client. Good for her. Mokamami saying, you would be surprised who is willing to help you and support you in your goals. I absolutely agree with that. Mokamami is also saying, Lenria, then you will see them struggle in their 40s and you will retire early. That is true. Just stay focused. Definitely stay focused. Let's continue.
Here's what's exciting about the passing of time. It takes you through whatever you're experiencing at the moment. That's what time will do, take you through the winter. Now, how do you handle the winters? Make this little note. You can get better and you can get stronger and you can get wiser. There's no winter that you can't overcome. There's no winter that you can't figure out how to survive. There's no winter powerful enough that you cannot, with the ingenuity of being a human being, especially with the Herbalife opportunity, of figuring out a way to get through it. Hang on. Make this note. Winters don't last forever. Yes, the tyranny of the Nazis lasted for about 5 years, but it was soon over. Yes, the tyranny of communism lasted for 75 years, but finally that long winter was past. So become wiser, become stronger, become better to handle the winters that are going to come in your life. And with the strength of the Herbalife family, with the strength of the training, with the strength of these incredible products, with self-esteem bursting out all over, with the skills you're going to develop, you're going to be able to handle whatever comes your way. I promise.
All right. He said, you can become better, you can become stronger, you can become wiser during wintertime. That's part of building the snowman. And everybody, thumbs up the video as well. I should have been saying that all along. If you can thumbs up the video, please share the stream. You can get training during wintertime. You can build skills during wintertime. You can build networks during wintertime. There are actions that you have 100% control of during wintertime. And if you do those actions that you have 100% control of, and you develop yourself and you build, you can build during wintertime so that when the spring comes, when it's time for you to really start planting your seeds, when things start breaking, then you are 10 steps ahead of everybody else. That's what I meant by building a snowman. And for everybody on this call, it means something different because winter is different for all of us. For me, the winter is rebuilding my savings account and getting back on track with regards to my income and all of that stuff. But you know what? This is my first week at my job, my new job, and I haven't felt this peaceful in years. That's a tough thing to say, but it's the truth. And some of you are like that. You haven't felt such peace in a long time until something happens, until you say, I've had enough. I'm going to pivot. I'm going to shift. I understand that it might be winter for me right now, but you know what? I'm able to actually take this winter and turn it into something that's going to be more glorious than I could ever imagine. I happen to really like Jim Rohn. And I would encourage you to listen to his work if you like him. He kind of sounds like an old Southern Baptist minister. He's actually from Iowa, which is very interesting. but I love to listen to him. I love to listen to his lectures. He's very calming and peaceful and things like that. Or if you want to listen to Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn trained Tony Robbins. I definitely suggest you finish listening to this session with regards to the seasons of life by Jim Rohn, because he talks about what you should do in the springtime. Some of you are in springtime right now in your lives, and that's a great place to be. He talks about what you should do in the summertime, metaphorically. Some of you are in the summertime of your life. He talks about what you should do in the fall. Some of you are in the fall within your life, metaphorically. But if you're in the winter time, the biggest thing is to understand that you shouldn't give up. I will also say this. There are a lot of companies that were started in a recession that are multi-billion-dollar companies today. There are a lot of people who started their companies in 2008, 2009, 2010 who have grown strong companies today. Yes, the economic winter, the recession can be scary, but you can turn it into something that is dynamic. Becoming Bossy is saying, so happy for you, Cherie. Thank you so much. Nicole James saying, absolutely. Sorry, Nicole Jones. Sorry. That's amazing. Thank you so much. So great to hear that peace is needed. Yeah, I really needed peace. I really did. I really needed my weekends back. I really needed my vacations back. And I really needed an opportunity where I didn't have to do everything within the business. And again, at some point, in the next few weeks, I'll tell you all the things that I'm doing within that business, because it's a great chance for me to really talk with you all about real estate and getting into real estate investing. Because that's the division that I'm building. I'm building a hard money loan division of this company. So I get plugged into it. I am plugged into the wholesaling piece, as well as the fix and flip construction piece, and buying multi-units. And then I am working with somebody on affordable housing grants and things like that. So I'll have a ton of information to share with you ladies. Becoming Bossy is saying, I'm a CPA, so I can relate. Studying is great, but find at least an hour of your day to do something fun for yourself. Yes, please. I am definitely in the fall. Oh, girl, the fall is a great time. The fall is all about harvest. The fall is all about harvest. God bless. So anyway, that is it for me. I'm going to enjoy a nice glass of tea before I go to bed and start my work week. But I do have a couple of videos coming out this week and some things prepared. So you all will see stuff drop. Linria saying, I want to connect my HR department with my college so they can fast track Black girls into accounting. My college is known for educating very smart kids. I can't let fear stop me from taking the next step. Please, please, please do that. If there are things that we are able to do as a community, Linria, to help you, definitely, because I do think that that we should introduce more Black girls into accounting, and having them understand, like, there are all sorts of things that they can do with that accounting degree. They can make really good money. So, she's saying that's great. Cherie, this was a much needed live. Thank you. You are welcome, my dear. You are welcome. So, all right, ladies. Well, I will see you all next week for next week's live. Thank you so much. Have a blessed week. And again, don't forget to like the video on your way out. Talk to you later. Take care.